All right, looks like we are live. Let me just check something on my camera. Okay. All right, hello everybody. Welcome back. Today we're going to continue working on my Vimlike model editor. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I'm calling it Red, as in Rusty Editor. And today I wanted to explore what it would take for us to start doing syntax highlighting based on a real theme. And I thought about different themes that we could parse. The first one that came to mind, mostly because that's the one I used the most back in the day, was the TextMate themes. But those are old and they areplists. I don't know if you're familiar with plists. Plist is a file format heavily used by Apple. Let me see if there are applications outside of Apple. Yeah, so it seems like it's called property lists. It was used on macOS, iOS, Next Step, and GNU Step frameworks. But it's really, nowadays, really used for Apple configuration stuff, for macOS configuration stuff, and I guess iOS as well. And I didn't want to parse that just yet. So what else did I consider, right? I went to the theme that I use for the theme that I use for my terminal and for NeoVim, and it's a very popular theme called Catpuccine. And so if we go here to Catpuccine, I don't know how you say that. All I know is that I know there are two letters twice, and I always say Catpuccine with double T instead of double P. So I do CATTPUCCIN. So that's, for me, how I remember this, because I always get it wrong. But yeah, and the reason I chose this guy is because it's very widespread. And if you look at their GitHub account, there are variation for every editor in the world almost. Not only editors, but things like LazyGit. I saw one here for Bat, which is the replacement for cat, written in Rust. There's a bunch, right? And I was considering what would be the simplest way to parse and import a theme. And of course, the low-hanging fruit here is going to be JSON, right? And there are two editors that I know, that I've seen before, or two theme standards that rely on JSON. One of them is VSCode, and the other one is Sublime Text. I think Sublime is simpler. So if you look here and you get, for instance, I think the one that I use is, I don't know if it's Latte. Let me see. Frappe, actually. Okay, so the Frappe is the one that I use. Let's open it here real quick. So you can see you have the theme name, the author, and then variables. Globals, and then rules, and then scope is what we're looking for. And I think we might need to map from, let's say, the Sublime scopes and the tree-seater scopes. It would be very nice if we could get one of those themes that is compatible with what tree-seater gives us out of the box, right? So I was thinking, and maybe what we can do is go back to our editor and put some tracings. Don't know what this is. And put some tracings around our syntax highlighter to see what kinds of scopes it produces, and then investigate both the VS Code and the Sublime Text files to see if there is a match or how far from a match they are. So why don't we go ahead and do that? So let's go here to the method called highlight. And here's where we extract the capture name. This is the term that tree-seater uses. So let's do capture equals to query this here. Capture. And then let's go ahead and log what we got here. And let's run again. Cargo run. And I never, oops, I think I did something stupid. So let me copy those lines to the buffer and let me undo a bunch because I deleted what I shouldn't have deleted. There we go. Like that. And then we have to re-import this guy here. So let's do, oh man. All right, and now let's run it again. But before we do, let's open a new window here, or new pane. And let's tail our log. Now let's run. All right, so we have constructor. Let's take a look at those. So keyword, punctuation, delimiter. And I have here, I downloaded, not that I downloaded, but I found where I have Catpuccine, the VS Code version on my machine. And then I looked for the JSON files because they have this build system that builds for different targets on Catpuccine. And one of them is VS Code. So if you go to the repo, the VS Code repo, the themes are not there. They are generated, I think, at build time. And let's take a look at the Frappe JSON file to see if we can find references of those things here. So let's see keyword. So this is symbol icon. So maybe what we're looking for is keyword. Oh, here it is. Good. So we have keyword and foreground and font style. So that's good. Let's see if we have variable built in. No variable built in. But I understand that if we find ourselves in that scenario, I think we need to fall back to variable. So let's see if we have variable, just variable. No. Variable default library, type hint, read only. Interesting. So we have text source, token colors, language super, variable function. Yeah, we don't really have variable, it looks like. Actually, what we can do is this themes. It's the other way around, isn't it? All right, let's see everything that we have under variable. Parameter, generic, GraphQL, other, string variable, variable parameter. So no variable, no raw variable at all. Okay, let's take a look now at the same file for Sublime Text. Let me download this file. And let's do the same thing with download, and then what's the name of the file? Catpuccine Frappe. So here we do have variable. So seems like, what about the other one, keyword? Let's see if we have keyword. Oops. We do. So it looks like this is a closer match. Let's see if we have constructor. No constructor. What about punctuation? Dot delimiter? No. But what about just punctuation? We do have a few. Separator. So instead of delimiter, we have separator. Okay, let's find others here. Keyword, constructor. What about functions? Do we have anything variable built in? Let's see. Variable built in, no, but we do have variable, just variable. Same thing for keyword. What about type? Not really. What else? Let's see if we have functions or something like that. Let me go back and okay, punctuation, constructor, keyword, constructor. I'm finding it interesting that we don't have function. Constructor, keyword, keyword attribute. Yeah, no attribute here as well. Probably it's called parameter here. We don't have functions. No functions. That's weird. Let's try another file. So let's see. What about main? Main should be a lot simpler. All right, we have property. Let's see. No, just CSS property, function. Okay, good. So we have function. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we don't have function on Sublime. So thinking, are we better off going with VSCode then? Because I think VSCode is more widespread. So we do have variable. Let me see something here. Man, I remapped control on my keyboard to escape when it's tapped, and it's like doing escape instead of control a lot of times. I need to look into that. All right, so we have a bunch of variables. Let's see about function. Function. We have function decorator. That's odd. So we have the colors for the editor itself, things that we can disregard. I don't think we're going to use any of those things. Those are more to style the editor itself. And then we have the semantic token colors, which I think is what we should use. Then you have variables, built-ins. You have, so what's the difference here? You have semantic token colors and token colors. So scope here would be text source. So I wonder what variables map to. Let's see if we can find it. So we have keyword here, punctuation, entity name function. Maybe? I'm not sure. Classes, enums, enum members, object properties, types, decorators, variable, parameter, meta function, built-ins. Okay, so I think if we start trying to do the mapping, like looking at here and seeing the most used ones and trying to apply one by one, I think we'll get there, right? So I think I am set on using VSCode as our theme. So why don't we go back to the editor and start trying to write a theme parser for this JSON here. Let's do that. All right, let me just see why we have changes here. Oh yeah, the logging. Yeah, let's keep that. And let's create a new file called theme.rs. And then let's start with a public function parse theme, parse VSCode theme. And then we're gonna give it a file, which is a string. And let's deactivate Copilot. And we wanna return probably a theme, right? Let's go to main and add this file. And now, let's see. Struct theme. What do we have on a theme? Let's close out this guy and take a look at and then what was the name? Cat puchain. That's it. Let me see. Find JSON. So it's vi this guy, then themes, then I'm not gonna do frappe, even though frappe would be nice for us to compare. Yeah, let's do frappe just for the sake of it. Okay, so colors, probably we wanna get the foreground color, then that's gonna be our default foreground color. So let's add here name, string, foreground. Oh, and I think we need a color pair or a style pair, style struct. Let's see. So style, what do we have? The foreground color, the background color. Then we have bold. We have italic. And I don't know if we're going to use underline as well, but I'm going to put it here, underline, oh, like that. And then we can say the editor default or color or style. It's going to be the style, like that. We have editor.background as well. So maybe that's what we're looking for. Editor, yeah, editor background, editor foreground. Yeah, I like that. And let's see what else we have down here. So I have the semantic. We're probably going to have the semantic token colors. Let's see if there are any documentation around the VS Code theme docs. Color themes. Color themes from the marketplace. No. Customizing. No. Editor syntax highlighting. Some languages, TypeScript, JavaScript, and Java, provide semantic tokens. Semantic tokens are based on the language services symbol. Okay, so I think we can disregard the semantic tokens for this iteration and go straight to the other one, which is token colors. Yeah, let's do that. So what's the basic idea for the token colors? You have a name, the scope, and settings. So settings can be the style, basically. So let's do that. Let's add... But what we're really looking for is to map the scope to a style, right? So I'm thinking that maybe the theme is going to have all those different blocks here. So it will be a token color. Let's call it token style. Then it has a name, which is an option string. It has a scope, which is a vector of string. And it has the settings. They call it settings, but I'm going to say it's a style, right? This piece here. They have the font style, so that's what we're going to use to do bold, italic, and underline. Do we have anything else? I don't think so. Let's keep it at that for now. And then for italic, for style, yeah, it's kind of different as well. But I think we're good. Let's continue. Okay, so let's start working on the parsing, and then I think we need to create maybe a hash map that maps all those scopes to one of those token styles here. I'm thinking. Let's see. All right, and then parse VSCode theme. Let's go. So fs read to string file. Yeah, so we're gonna need anyhow result here. And then read to string. Like that. All right, and then, oh yeah, we need a theme, but we don't have one yet. So let's do to do, and let's start creating some tests. So this is gonna be config test, mod test, use super, and then test parse VSCode, and let's do let, let's see. So I think we're gonna do this. We're gonna do source fixtures, and then we're gonna copy. Let me see here. What is the? So let's copy from VSCode extensions, Capuchin themes, all the JSON files to source fixtures, like that. And then inside here we have fixtures. So we can do let theme equals parse VSCode theme. And then I believe this is going to be source theme frappe.json. Like that. And then I can just do this. Let's see if this runs. Oh yeah, there's no. So let's do derive debug. Oops. Like that. Let's run this test. No file or directory. So is it just, oh, it's fixtures. Not yet implemented. Perfect. So we're here on the to-do. All right. So now we have a few options. We can parse this to another structure or deal with the dynamic JSON. Let's start with the dynamics and then create the our structure from the dynamic values. And then down the road, we could like write a deserializer for this format straight in our format. So that's something that we may explore as well. So let's go here and do cargo add Saturday JSON. I think we want derive, even though we're not using derive right now. So I think we're good. So I think let JSON equals Saturday JSON. There's a way to read from file, I think, from reader. But let's do, since we have the string already, let's do from str contents. And then let's print this. Expected unit at line 1. Column 0. Let me print contents here. Yeah, it seems to be okay. Don't see this. This seems to be correct. But where are we failing? Hold on. I think we don't need this right now. And let's take a look at the backtrace. See where we are failing. Line 30. Yeah, it's on the parsing. Interesting. I think it's because we didn't provide what we want to deserialize to. And in this case, we want the generic value. Let's see. Did we get the same error? No, now we're at the to do here, so we're good. Okay, so now we need to start iterating and finding the stuff that we need to get. So we can close this. So let's start with the theme, even though, yeah, I think we need to start with the individual styles. So let's do that. So token colors like this. For token for color for styles in JSON dot get token colors dot s. Do we need to unwrap? Expect no token colors dot s array dot expect token colors is array dot, I think that's it. Yes. Then we can print each one of the styles like this. Okay. And I think we're good. We're getting all of them. Rust closure variables and the whole 9 yards. Okay, so now we just need to collect those, transform them into what we're expecting, or the style, or the style and then token style. So let's do that. Let name equals style dot get name dot expect. In this case, we can have it or not. So let's do the following. Match on this. Then if it's some get name, then if we have a name, this will be some, and then we're expecting this to be a string. So if it's some name, we need to do name dot as stir dot as stir is going to be an option. So we have to do unwrap or none. Yeah, this is very verbose. I'm wondering if we're better off just creating those. I'm sure we are. So I'm regretting doing it this way. Let's do the following. Let's add derive. And then we're going to need some VSCode dedicated file, I think, later on to have those abstracted away from the main thing, but I think we're good for now. So let's do the following. Let's do VSCode theme. This is going to have name as an option string, and type, we can't use type, so type is going to be an option string. Then we're going to have colors. I don't remember if we need to have all the, what happens if we only have those two? Let me see. Deserialize. What happens if we try to deserialize this to a VS Code theme? We have errors. Yeah, this can be removed, that's right. And I guess I'm going to run this from the command line. I think it's going to be simpler. Test. Yep. So the partial thing works. We just need to rename type. So Serde rename. Is it rename? Type? Don't remember if it's rename. It is. Okay. Then the next thing we want is colors. And colors is so it's a hash map. Actually, it's a map. Serde map from string to string. That should take care of the colors. And then I messed this up. We have semantic highlighting, which we don't care about, semantic token colors, and then finally we have token colors. So Serde, oh, we need to do the camel case. How do we do that again? It's Serde something camel case. Let's see. Serde camel case. Rename all. So yeah, so token colors is an array, a vector of token color, or VSCode token color. Deserialize, debug. Oh my God. Like that, and then struct this. And then here we're going to have names and option string. Then we have scope, which is a vec string. And we have settings, which is a map string. Right? I think so. Trait bound map deserialize is not satisfied. Why? Why? Let's do a cargo check. Debug? What doesn't implement debug? Map? Map doesn't implement debug? Wait, what? I've been doing this forever. And I'm pretty sure it does. Insert the JSON. I was right the first time. Debug. It does implement debug. It's probably something else. Hold on. Cargo check again. The trait bound map string deserialized is not satisfied. But string is serializable, right? Trait debug is not implemented for map string because it's not implemented for string value. Yeah. I did a mistake. So every time you use a map, the value has to be value, I think. Yeah. That was it. We can now leave the backtrace out. Invalid type, string punctuation, expected a sequence at line 643. 643. Let's go with... So the scope can either be a string or an array. So let's do that. Enum, VSCode, token, call. Let's do VSCode scope. So it can be a string of string, or it can be a vec string. Okay. Six, 3, 1. Expected value at line 631. Don't think that's the problem, but oh yeah, we need to do serde. It's not flat, and it's a way to embed skip or something like that. Serde, serialize in serialize transparent enum or something like that. I think it's flattened after all. Is it? Untagged. That's what I was looking for. Oh, the untagged goes on the enum. Didn't remember that. Okay, seems like we parsed correctly now. All right, so now let's see if it's easier to transform that, which I bet it is, to our standard. So let's close this, let's make this larger, and let's try to start fleshing it out. So the thing we're trying to build is the theme, right? Yes. So now we need to do for VSCode theme for token color in JSON or VSCode theme token colors. We need to accumulate this on a vector. Is it vector that we're using? Let's see. We're not using anything yet. So it's going to be token styles is a vec of token style. Token styles is an empty vector. And then token style, I think we can do this in a functional manner as well. Functional style. So token style dot push token style, and then name is going to be token color name. Scope is going to be token color scope, and then token styles no, not token style. Style, it's gonna be VS, so token color dot into, and then we implement, so token color. Yeah, then we need to parse those settings here. So let's do from VSCode token color for token style. And then we can do implement missing members. And then let's see, token style. Token style, where's token style? Here we have name, scope, and style. Oh, no, we can't do that. Oh, we can, never mind. Yeah, we just need to do this correctly, which is gonna be, we can do all of this on the from. So let's just push token color like that, and we can handle everything on our from here. Let style is gonna be a map new, and then for, no, we need to do, I think there is a way to construct the map. Yeah, let's not worry about that. So style dot put, is it not put, insert foreground, and then it's going to be settings dot get foreground if let some foreground equals to settings dot get foreground, and then if we have it, foreground, and yeah, this has to be mutable. The value, and then as stir dot expect foreground is string, then yes to string. Like that. Oh, okay. And this is value, so let's rename this to V. Okay. Expected struct, yeah, so what we need to do is to do into here as well. And we need to implement a way to scope, where's scope here? Implement from VSCode. We cannot implement that for, oh, I think we can. VSCode token color for vec string. And then we do that. If let single s equal, no, it's the other way around, isn't it? Oh no, that's correct. If VSCode scope. So if this is a string, we return vec string. Otherwise, we return. We need to do a match here, unfortunately. Match scope, single s is going to be vec of s. If it's multiple vector, it's vector, like that. Okay, so now we go here. Okay, so we do that. Now we can do into, hopefully. What is style? Oh. Style is something else. Let me see. Style is a style. And then the style has, okay, the foreground, the background. But we still need to transform this into a string. And that's going to be scope. So it's a scope it into. This works. And now we need to do, yeah, the into that we were doing earlier. Which is... it's the one we're doing. And then style. Yes, we need to transform then... let me see, token style. Yeah, we need to do a similar thing for... No, that's what we're trying to do. So we need to create a... Yeah, basically what we need to do is tc dot settings for s. No, we need to do let foreground equals to tc dot settings. Hold on, foreground, here it is. It's going to be just style. We're already doing that. Style insert. No, that's not what we want. We want to do... So what's the best way to do this? Thinking. So foreground is a color, but this has to be an option color. Background, the same thing. Yes, so let's do the following. I think we can implement default for this. Like that. And then what we can do is do let mute style equals style default. Like that. And then we can do style dot foreground equals to fg dot as stir dot expect fg is string dot into, and then we need to transform a string to a color, right? So basically we need to implement from string for color, but I don't think we can do this because we don't own any of the types. So let's see if we can convert from string to color already. So rsdocs, cross term. And then color. From stir. Can it parse RGB? Let's see. Let string is going to be 66 D0 F5. Let C color equals to S into or to string. Let me remember what the from str trait needs. From stir. Parse. Okay. In this case here, let's comment this out. Still have issues. And I think it passed, but we didn't get to see the output. Let me do the following here. Test. test, no capture. White? No, so it failed. It did fail. So are we going to have to do that manually? Maybe. RGB. Yeah, no, I think we'll have to parse it ourselves. Let's take a look at, oh, this, yeah, parse NC. It's an NC sequence. But no parse RGB, huh? No. Looks like we don't have support for parsing RGB. Not that this is an issue. Okay. Okay. Glad I checked. So where were we? We were doing this, right? Nope. We were doing the one above it, this one. So parse RGB as string. Okay, so we're gonna have this, then 2 digits, like that. Parse RGB string regex. Yeah, this is with, yeah, but I guess we can, no, our is a hex, so yeah, but I think we can go from this. So we're gonna have this, then a digit. How do you do 2? Is that like this? Yeah. And then this 3 times. Oh, it's not a digit, is it? So this has to be, an X goes from A to F, A to F, and 0 to 9. What if we do this 3 times? Do we match? Matches, yeah. We're missing a close bracket here, like that. Okay, that matches 1, 2. What if we have a 1? No. Isn't that what we're doing? AF. Does it have to be in order? Maybe. Ah, it's one of the ranges, so I need to check how to do this with, is it OR inside one of those, like this? No. Regex multiple ranges. Two or two like this, maybe. Then we don't need this. Hex RGB regex. Okay. Guess we're gonna take the shortcut here. There we go. Oh, and it was what I was doing. Okay. Anyways, so parse RGB. Let values equals to. Completely forgot how to do regex in Rust. So to extract values, regex new this, then I think we can fail. Anyhow, result regex is a separate crate, isn't it? Yep. There we go. And then we have captures, sum caps equals to re dot captures s else anyhow bail invalid hex color s. Okay, so now we have caps. Sure, let's borrow here. And then we need to do, what are those caps? Let me see. Rust playground. Okay, so let's print caps like that. Here. Is it regex? And let s equals 00ff00. Unwrap. All right. So what do we do with the captures? That's another thing for us to remember. Oh, in this case, we have a named capture. Should we do the same thing? We could. Oh, but we can't. Because we have the dynamic groups. Let's see. Can we do captures? Let's see. Capture. For single match, groups can refer parts to regex. Okay, so we can do numeric as well. So let's do caps 0, which we can't do like this. Doesn't have a size known at compile time. Okay, so oh, that's right. We need to get 1 because the first capture group is the whole thing, I think. No? Okay, so we're gonna go with that. We're gonna split this guy and take it from there. All right. So where were we? Parse RGB, and then how do we Rust take Rust iterator chunk. I think we can do like let chars equal caps 0 dot chars. This is going to be an iterator, and then let red equals chars dot take 2, let g chars take 2, and let b chars take 2, something like this. What happens if we do this? Oh, I closed Rust Playground. Yeah. Good thing is that I think it remembers the last thing we did. So we can do R, G, B, like this. Take two. What's the issue here? Collect? Can we collect to a string? I wonder. We can. Does this work? It does not. Should we borrow or clone? Yeah, I think we need to go with that chunk idea that I had before. Chunk, array chunks like that. This is night only, so no, we're not gonna go with that. Count. Next chunk. Nightly. Partition. No. Man, I'm completely lost on those. I need to step up with my iterator game. Take items from iterator 2 by 2. Zip. Windows. Yeah, so let's try that. There's also tuple windows, which would be ideal, but let's try this. Caps 0. Dot chars. What gives if we run this? Iter. Into iter. Son of a bitch. Caps chars. I thought chars was an iterator. Chars count next. So I remember that returns the iterator of chars of the string slice. Windows. Standard slice windows. Oh, so Windows is not for iterator. It's for a slice. Okay, so so what if we print result.next? Option card cannot be formatted. Okay. Oh, this is not mutable. But if we take here now, now this is an iterator. Let's see. Take 2, and I do result next. I'm so confused. Oh, the capture group is the first guy. Is that what's going on? No. So if caps captures, I'm thinking that it should capture from here to here. Oh, yeah, from there. What if we do this? What we get on captures 1? We still get a 0. What's the difference of the take here then? Iter take. An iterator that iterates over first and, okay. Rust iterator n by n. Step by 2. How can I do take 2? Map windows is also experimental. Okay, I don't want to do this forever, so let's simplify this. Where's the capture? So if s dot starts with return anyhow, invalid x string s, let r equals to s dot substring, rust string substring. So it's going to be s 1, 2, 2. Let g is going to be actually 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, and let b equals, that's going to be 5, 6. R, G, G, B. Okay. Test parse RGB. Let RGB equals AFBB. Parse RGB. RGB. Oh my god. Pick the type error. Result color. Today's not being a good day. Okay. Okay, A, B. I forgot that this thing is non-inclusive. So we can either make it inclusive, which I think I'll do. Okay. Phew. All right, so how do we parse hex string rust from strradix. So here we go. So okay, color RGB R E64. What is this RGB? It's a U8, so I think we're gonna go with that. Or maybe what we do is from str E64 from strradix this 16. Okay, RSU8, G, GSU8, and B, BSU8. The question is, can we do, oh, it's all. Can we do this from U8? We can, I think. Okay. All right, so I think this is correct now. Let's see our test. This. And then let's print this guy like that. And of course, since it passes, it's not going to print. So we're going to do it down here. And it's not test test, it's test parse RGB. There we go, 8 ones. Yeah, okay, perfect. So test RGB works. So we were doing test RGB to be able to parse the color from the foreground. So now we can do that. That's the issue here. Expected string found as str. Okay, so this is going to take a string, an str. Okay, and down here we don't need the, actually don't need anything. Okay. Expected enum option color, found result, yeah. And this can't fail, so for now let's do an expect. Parsing RGB works, and then we're probably gonna have to make this a try from. But let's not do that for now, so let me do a fix me. This actually needs to be a try from, since the parsing of RGB values can fail. Okay. And then this has to be some because we have foreground specified. Like that. Let's do the same for the background. Foreground. Background. Then here, everywhere where we have FG, we change to BG. Like that. A variable with a similar name here. Then we have BG. Then finally, we need to see if there is something that is bold. Yes. So if let sum Font style equals DC settings get font style. Style dot bold equals to font style dot contains includes. How do you check if oh, this is a value. So as str expect font style is string dot contains bold style dot, and I know this is not 100% correct, right? You can have something like called bolder and it's still going to count as bold, but it's good enough for now. And italic equals this, yank like that, and then italic. And then can we have, I think I'm not going to support underline for now. Yeah, we don't have that. We don't need regex anymore. We did our Gato implementation of the RGB parser. Lots of rooms for improvement. And then let's go real quick to cargo. Why don't I have a cargo dot? What's going on? Cargo Tomo, regex, we don't need you anymore. And then go back to editor. Actually theme. Okay, so we don't need this guy anymore. We're already parsing. Where were we? Then the BG assignment. And then bold and italic. Okay, I think that's all. And we can now return self. Okay, so what's the, yeah, so we need to do this. All right, now we need to parse this for token color in, oh, we're still parsing. Let me see, so we were parsing the token style. Parse VSCode theme, token styles, VSCode theme, yes. So from str, yes, we need to do token styles.push token color dot into, I think. Token styles. And theme equals, just need to return theme. VSCode theme dot name style foreground, yes. Okay. Theme is more private. Let's see if we can run parse VSCode. Seems like we can. And here we have it, shell quote variable. We have the scope and we have the style. That's really awesome. So let's check that style that had bold. New as bold. Bold is true. So I would say with some confidence that we are now parsing VSCode files, the JSON file. And I think I'm going to call it here. We've been doing this for an hour 40 minutes almost. And I feel pretty tired today. And I guess tomorrow we're going to have to do a couple of things. We're going to have to, as we create the theme, we're going to have to cache data structure that, given a scope, returns the style, right? We could implement that as a method first. And that's what we're going to use to then render each piece of our lines with the proper color, foreground, background colors. And we're also going to have to define the default foreground and background colors for the whole editor, right? To see, we want to see this color on the background. And again, I'm not going to use the frappe variation because that's what my iTerm is configured to, so it's going to look the same. Maybe we, to test, we're going to use the light theme. That's going to be like completely different. And yeah, I think that's what I wanted to, it's not what I wanted to do today. Today, I really thought that we could get to displaying the theme correctly, but I think I underestimated the task a little bit. But maybe tomorrow we can finish this. We can finish this and display, like do show the editor with a proper theme, right? And then maybe we can test different themes. So yeah, next session we're gonna have to do that. What I said, have the data structure to allow us to get the styles from a given scope, and we're gonna have to start doing the translation, right, from the scopes that we have in VSCode to the scopes that we get from Tree-Seeder. So yeah, I think that's it. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And the links for where I stream live in Twitch is on the comments if you are watching this on YouTube. And then also my Discord and the link for this project on GitHub will be there as well. Okay? Thank you so much again, and have a good one. Bye-bye.